Hello, today we're going to continue to look at the S&P 500, the Dow and Nasdaq. So far, the uptrend is still intact, though I think there is a bit of weaknesses, but there is no reversal of trend yet. So do follow me. I post videos every week. Maybe 2 or 3 times on the S&P 500. So without further ado, let's just look at the S&P 500. This is the S&P 500. As you can see, the S&P 500 is still in a very bullish, nice uptrend. How do we know it? You can just use the moving average, which is this line here, this line, and this line. The red is the 20 MA, the blue is the 50 MA, and the yellow is the 200 MA. So how do we follow the trend? Usually, if the 20 MA is rising and price is above the 20 MA, you want to be bullish short term, which is why from here, the 20 MA had a bullish cross. It had sloped upwards, and from there onwards, you can see the S&P 500 moving up, and your job as a trader is to find breakouts and also dips. For example, you can use continuation patterns like the ascending triangle here to buy it as it moves up. This is a breakout higher, or you can use triangle patterns to buy the continuation. Here is a triangle pattern. So you buy the breakout and put a stop loss below and ride the trend higher. So the 20 MA is important because it shows us the short-term trend, and the S&P 500 is still trading above the 20 MA. So we want to be bullish buyers and continue to wait for buyable dips and also continuation patterns. The latest one in the daily chart is this, where a triangle form. Now, the S&P 500 traded sideways around here, and you notice that this is a very large green candle, and the price is trading at the upper third of the candle for quite a long time and has not dropped below it. So this tells us that despite the ups and downs, there is still bullishness, strength. People have not been selling it. Okay, and the trend is still up, and you want to be bullish buyers. Now, when do you want to start to get worried about the S&P 500? It is when the S&P 500 turns lower and break below this 50 MA, which is a short mid-term gauge of the trend. So far, you see that the S&P 500, after it went above the 50 MA here, it has never dropped below this blue line. Okay, so your job as a trend follower, a trader, a technician is to be bullish buyers and not worried about the change of trend unless S&P 500 drop below this 50 MA. Now this green area is a short-term support, which is why even though there's a correction here, the market still trades sideways without going down. And support is very important because this is where the US 500 futures will stop dropping and maybe going back up. So unless the S&P 500 drop below this support area, right, you want to be bullish. Now let us go to the 2-hour chart and see what's really happening. You can see that the support area, okay, the S&P 500 broke out of this downtrend line. There's a triple bottom here, if you can see, and here is a tradable triple bottom where you buy and ride it higher for short trade with stop loss here. And the S&P 500 went higher, corrected, but when it reaches support area, it bounced back up, and this could be a short-term trade as well for those who trade and hold. You could buy here, put a stop loss, and ride it higher up here. Now, at this moment, the S&P 500 is correcting again, but what you want to do is to have an open mind to be bullish, as long as this support area holds, this entire green area. If the S&P 500 does not drop below it, you want to remain bullish. But if it drops below this area, then there might be more selling. And here's the most recent downtrend line. If S&P 500 breaks above this downtrend line, there's a possibility that it's going to move higher. So with that in mind, let us now look at the Dow futures. Okay, internet is a bit slow this side. Okay. Now the Dow is a bit weaker than the S&P 500 because it has dropped below the 20 MA. Let me just draw the most recent continuation pattern breakout. Here we have a breakout of a triangle, and the apex of a triangle is actually a support area, and you can see that Dow has dropped below the 20 MA, but is still trading above this this apex area. Now now if the S&P 500 continues to stay above this apex area, there's a possibility that it might go back up. But if it continues to drop, the next area of support you want to look at is perhaps this whole chunk of area, or when it reaches the 50 MA, right? So there is a bit more weaknesses in the Dow than the S&P 500. Maybe because of weaknesses like in Apple and so on. So this is the hourly chart. Let me just go to the 2-hour chart. What you want to do is draw this trend line and see if Dow can make a double bottom here. Okay, and if it trades back above this downtrend line, you're probably going to move higher. But if this double bottom thing doesn't work, it could be selling off more, and that's okay. Okay, as we are still in the uptrend, although it seems like it wants to roll over, there is still a lot of support here before there is a big crash down to the 200 MA. You have the 50 MA support and the price support. Now let us now focus on the Nasdaq 100 futures. Okay, Nasdaq 100 futures has a nice breakout higher, but then a nasty red bar here, which kind of erodes confidence of some players. But right now it's still sitting at this support area. Okay, if you have looked at my past analysis, you know that I pointed out this cup and handle continuation pattern, this small cup and handle continuation pattern, and the Nasdaq is still trading above the top half of this very bullish green candle. Okay, so although there is a correction down here, if the Nasdaq still continues to trade above this on this support area, above the top half of this bullish candle, you want to remain bullish bias. But if the support does not hold, you might probably see it drop to the 50 MA, which is not bad in itself because it can give you a good area to buy stocks at a cheaper price. So I hope this analysis is helpful to you, and if you find it helpful, do give me a like and subscribe to my channel for more analysis like this, and I'll see you in the next one.